Good evening, everyone. So, today we are going to solve the problem number 88 on lead code. So, here's the question. The question is merge sorted array. You are given a two integer num1 and num2 sorted in a non-decreasing order, and two integer elements representing the number of elements in num1 and num2 respectively. So merge and num1 and num2 into the single array sorted in non-descending order. It means it is in ascending order. And here we have given an array in the also in ascending order. So we have two arrays and we have to merge it num1 and the num2, and both and the size of both the array is given in m for first array and and for the second array. So here we can easily solve the problem in two steps. Step one is step one is adding array adding array elements of another array of another, it's mean of a second array into first. This is a step one, and step two we can simply call the sort function in C++. And with the help of these two steps we can easily solve this problem. So the question is very simple. We can begin right now. Okay, so let's start the question. So we have given a number and int m, vector size, vector int num2 and int n. Because we know that the vector array is a dynamic array, so we can increase the size of it on the runtime. That is why we are going to directly increment on it. There is another approach in which we can simply create a new array and just try to store all the element and then sort, or we can simply check the elements from the num1 and the num2 for creating two pointer together, and we can check which is sorted, like we perform operation in the merge sort algorithm. In this, we can simply create and for loop for int I equal to, here we have to do nums of I should be initialized from nums of size, because we already in the we do not need to perform and nums dot size. We can simply write it as m, because we know the size of the first array. Here there are six element. Here there are six elements. Okay, so it means that we should not count zero in this problem, and the size is given 3. Is it mean that num2 is also, so if it's there is might be a problem if if we go in this way. The array we are multiplying, we are merging array of 1 2 3 and 2 5 6. The result of the merge array is 1 2 2 3 5 and 6. So what we can do that we can initialize for this right now, and um, we can, what we can do, we can simply keep it as 0, and if we initialize I from, if we can check that I should be less than m plus n. I plus plus, with the help of these two loops, with the help of these two loops we can simply uh, create a whole loop. Here we can check that if the element is 0 we can skip that element, so we do not push that element. But it will create a swiping of all the elements. So it is not a right approach. I think here we can normally, if we add an array, suppose, and we perform an operation in which we can check if they are zero, then skip that process. That can be an effective way if we think about the question that there. If we have to read the question again. I think you are given to array number and num2 sorted in non-decreasing order, and you merge and sorted array. The final sorted array should not be returned by function. Okay, but instead of sorted inside the number, that it is already asking that you have to add elements of num2 in the number. To accommodate this, number has a length of m plus n, where the we already put that it has an length of m plus n, and where the first m element denote the element that should be merged, and the last n element are set to 0 should be ignored. Okay, so basically in this, if we think that there are three elements and the size is already mentioned 3, so if we have to insert the elements of a second array into the first, and we can put the I pointer at the m plus 1th point, or if we put a pointer in the mth place like 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we have just put 2 in this into this 3. So we can simply put it as like we should initialize I from m, and I should be less than m plus n, and after that nums of m must be equal nums of I think nums of I must be equal nums of I. We can replace the nums of I with nums of nums to of we can put another variable over here which will be increment with each step. We can represent it as j, and after each step it will just increment, and here it is not nums, it will be nums1. So I think it is right, num1, number I is equal to num2. After this step, we will find that we have implemented all the elements of num2 into the num1, and we have to initialize int j equal to 0. After that, we do not need to do anything, just put our short function over here, and short we can in C++ we can simply do it like this: nums1 dot begin, comma, nums1 dot end. After that, it will we can simply return an array return, but it is asking that the final sorted array should not be written by the function. Okay, functions. Let's try what happened. Nums1, return nums1. If we run the code, then look, there is a compiler error that it is not asking. If we erase it, then check. Oh, it is running over here. If we submitted the code, it is accepted. Okay, so thank you everyone. So that is all about for today's session. We will meet in the next session. Till then, do hard work, and wish you best for your future.